Do you have a vagina?
If you see a faded sign at the side of the road that says 15 miles to the
Love shack, yeah. Hey you. Yeah, you watching this video. Do you have a vagina? Do you want your vagina to be touched by other people who also have vaginas? Are you neither of those things, but you'd still like to know how people with vaginas have safe sex? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you've come to the right place. Get it? Come. It's a sex joke. You're welcome. So, hi, I'm Katie. I'm an intern at the Tufts LGBT Center with a passion for inclusive sex education, and this is the first of a series of sex ed videos produced through the center for your viewing pleasure, a word I don't use lightly. I'm not a certified expert, but I do plan on making a career of this work, and I truly care about presenting accurate information. Through this video and the ones to follow, you can consider me your lady sings the blue balls. And speaking of ladies, we'll be starting with WSW, or women who have sex with women. If you're interested in sex between or among women, you've probably done a little research. After all, we are college students. But if all you've seen is the lesbian section of a generic porn site, chances are you still have a few questions, like, how do women have safe sex with other women? Or, is this kind of sex even risky in the first place? Or, if they're lesbians, why are their nails so long? Pro tip, the ones with long nails are probably just acting. Trust me on this. But I do want to address the other questions. Questions about safety and risk and how to be healthy while engaging in sexual activity with another woman. I also want to acknowledge that the word woman is super complicated. We could talk for days about the politics around labels and gender. Unfortunately, this video is only a few minutes long. I'll be using the word woman as a substitute for someone with a vagina, but it's important to keep in mind that there are men with vaginas and women with penises, and all kinds of people who have all kinds of genitals and identify as all kinds of things. As far as this particular video, there are three main topics that I want to cover. One, which STIs are most likely to interrupt sexy times with a lady friend? Number two, how to make sure those STIs aren't invited to your sexy times? And number three, where to find sexual health resources on our very own friendly neighborhood campus. First up is STIs, or sexually transmitted infections. They used to be called STDs, but it turns out most of them aren't actually diseases. Surprise! Now, I know in most sexual health classes that I've taken, the STIs I hear referenced most often are chlamydia, syphilis, gonorrhea. They're old fan favorites, you know? Okay, maybe not favorites, but those are the words we hear most often. According to an Australian study done in 2005, though, those tried and true risks aren't actually the most common among women who have sex with women. As it turns out, WSW have much higher rates of bacterial vaginosis than other women. And from what the Centers for Disease Control have to say, BV doesn't sound like a picnic. Most of the time, according to the CDC, BV will give you a nice package deal of discharge and odor. And if you call in the next 10 minutes, it might even throw in some itching and burning at no extra cost to you. The thing about BV is, though, that even though women who have sex with women don't seem to have much higher rates of other STIs as other women do, having bacterial vaginosis makes it much more likely that you'll get another infection. That's where things like chlamydia and HIV become serious concerns. It's kind of like BV is that friend who shows up to your invite-only birthday party with like 15 people you've never seen before. So now that we know what you could be up against, the next question is how to keep lady sex safe. That same Australian study says that one of the most common ways women contract BV is through using sex toys that aren't cleaned properly or between partners. Ladies, listen. Vibrators and dildos are only as awesome as their most recent wipe down. If you don't want to kill the mood while you're on vacation in Sexy Town, condoms are your new best friends. Just slip on a new one every time your toy touches a new body part and you're good to go without having to interrupt anything. Look, I know part of the point of Lady Love is that condoms aren't necessary, but it is so much easier to replace a condom between partners than to run to the bathroom sink so your strap-on can take a bubble bath. Ain't nobody got time for that. Condoms, by the way, are always available at your favorite hangout and mine, Tufts LGBT Center. We also have a few other things that can help keep you safe and healthy as you engage in sexual activity. This, for example, is a dental dam. Honestly, I'll admit right off the bat, I have never heard a less sexy phrase than dental dam. But this can actually be useful, safe, and even sexy. Think of it this way. If a dental dam makes it easier for you to have good sex, how can that not be hot? The way a dental dam works is as a barrier during oral sex. Our bodies aren't always squeaky clean, and having a dam between your partner's body and your tongue can make sure that nothing unhealthy passes between the two of you, or at least bring the risk way down. Dams can help keep you safe from things like herpes, chlamydia, and even HIV. All you have to do is pull it out of its sleeve, place it over the vulva or anus. You'll probably want to lay a little bit of lube down first, just saying, and go to town. Just make sure you always switch dams between partners, or if you go from anus to vulva or the other way around. One dam does not fit all locations. What it does do sometimes, though, is taste like cool things. This one's actually wild berry flavored. It's subtle, but satisfying.
You're what?
In a pinch, by the way, you can also cut a condom down the side to make a do-it-yourself dam. You can also use non-microwavable saran wrap, just to make sure that you're not using the microwavable kind. That's too porous. The way to cut the condom is very, very simple. You literally just kind of cut it. And all of a sudden, you've got yourself a dam. If finger and fist play are more your style, you can get the safety benefits of a condom or a dam from a glove. Wearing a latex glove ensures that nothing unhealthy gets on your hands, and that nothing transfers from your hand to your partner's rather sensitive areas. Also keep in mind, a glove covers your fingernails. The kind of skin tearing can lead you to be way more susceptible to an infection. And latex gloves lend themselves incredibly well to role play. If you haven't played doctor in a while, this could be a fun way to get back into it. Obviously, this information is only helpful if it's implemented. You can know everything there is to know about health among WSW and still be scared out of your mind to bring up dental dams with your partner. It can be really intimidating. But I'd suggest to you that someone who would make fun of you for being concerned about your sexual health is probably not someone who's going to make positive choices while having sex with you. Find someone you trust, whether it's a friend or a group of six director, or even your teddy bear, and practice bringing up the topic. If you want to be having great sex, you deserve to have every opportunity for it. Sex, no matter how good it can feel, isn't truly great if it leaves your body at an unnecessary risk. So, the last topic at hand is where to go on campus for sexual health resources. As mentioned, the LGBT Center here at Tufts has not only safer sex materials like condoms, dams, and gloves, but we also have pamphlets you can read for more information on WSW health and relationships. Also a wonderful resource is health services. I just found out that they offer full gynecological care. Did you know that? They have annual exams, STI testing, information on birth control, because yes, even women who aren't having sex with men can still use birth control for tons of other reasons. And they have information on HPV vaccinations. Plus, most of it is covered by student health insurance, so that's awesome. The staff at Health Services have also been trained in LGBT issues in health, and they're working every day to be a safe space. Outside the Tufts bubble, a few other amazing resources for WSW and reproductive health are Planned Parenthood, which has an express center right in Davis Square, and Fenway Health in Boston. And with that, thus endeth our first sex ed video of the series. Thanks for coming along on the ride, and if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to stop by the center. Seriously, don't hesitate. We're very friendly, and sometimes we have baked goods, so clearly you should be here. See you next time.
Love Shack, better Love Shack, Love Shack, better Love Shack.